The power of not knowing, the freedom of not knowing, why we think knowing is so important. So if you were to ask yourself now what you know, what do you actually know? And if you answer immediately, you'll probably come up with loads of things. If you then ask yourself, how do I know that? Where did that knowing come from? You should sort of be able to trace it back, or maybe you can't trace it back at all. Maybe you're thinking, do you know what, I don't actually know where that came from. I don't know where that idea, where that opinion, where that fact came from. Even facts, if you think about the scientific facts that we know, do we know them? We only know them because we've been told that they are fact. We've been told that they are true. Our knowing is based on that. Our knowing is not based on direct experience. Really, the only thing, and I will speak for myself here, really the only thing I have ever known is that I am, is that I exist, is that I perceive. What I perceive, I do not know. What I perceive, I label through conditioning, I label through teachings, I label through experiences. All I actually know is I am. I don't know what I am. I don't know who I am. I know who people see me to be. At least I know who I think people see me to be. But even that, what is that? Often our opinions of ourselves are based on what we think other people think of us. They're based on what we think other people may think of us, what we think other people perceive of us, which is completely crazy when you think about it. There's a lot of thinking going on there. Does thinking know? Thinking likes to know because then it has a basis, then it has a grounds from which to move forward on. And I'm also not saying thinking is a bad thing. Thinking is the very means by which we are here. Without thought, we wouldn't even know we were here. There would be nothing to sort of reflect back everything else that's going on. There would be no way to experience anything without thought, without that sense of duality. Without that sense of duality, there is nothingness, because everything is one and there's no separation to be known. We only know anything through separation. That's the only way we can know, which is why you talk about things being a reflection, because without that reflection, we wouldn't know anything. But then do we know anything anyway? So you may absolutely reach a different conclusion and decide that there are things that you do know, and that's perfectly fine. There is no right or wrong answer here at all. The only thing I want to draw attention to is that we take things as known and we don't question them any further. And I think people are becoming aware of this, but when I've seen things on the television, I've always thought, well, I don't know if that is that. That's just being portrayed to me on this screen. That's what these people want me to know. Do I know it? I know what they want me to know. What do I know? Actually nothing. I just know what they are trying to portray. I know what they want me to know. The reason I wanted to make this video is because by knowing, we limit ourselves. There are some things it's beneficial to know for a certain time, and it's almost like a building block, and then we can build on top of that. But some of these knowings become so embedded deep beneath, they become beliefs. We don't know what they're actually built upon, we don't know where they came from, and so much gets piled on top of them that it's almost impossible to dig beneath and get them out again. And this is why we act through conditioning and we respond and we don't know where it came from. They were built on something that we took in a long while back and never sort of questioned, never revisited. And this is all just natural. It is what life is, it's what this existence is. But for some of us, for me personally, and since you're watching this, I'm guessing for you too, you get this feeling that there's something more. You want to know more. You have this feeling that there is more. And once you've got this feeling, that burns away so brightly inside of you. It is your soul calling. It's your soul calling to question everything, to be open. As soon as we know something, we shut off the potential for it to be anything else. These birds, that tree, do I see that tree right now? Or do I see the tree I saw the first time when I saw a tree and had it labeled to me as a tree? And this is why presence and mindfulness is so important in grounding yourself here and now. Because if I look at that tree now and take away the label that it is a tree, that tree is unique. That tree is like no other tree I've ever seen. That tree isn't even the same tree I was looking at 2 seconds ago. It's a new tree. And it's beautiful and perfect in every single moment. But we label things for convenience, so we can communicate with each other. Otherwise it would be impossible. Of course language is important. But when we're just with ourselves and just communicating with ourselves, when we have the time to meditate, to be present, language isn't necessary. The only thing that need be there is awareness, perception. And then you notice so much more. If you've ever observed a child, or maybe you remember when you were a child and you saw something for the first time and you're completely in awe of it, it's amazing. When you live in presence, every single moment is like that. Because then that child is told, that is a tree. And from that moment on, they see another tree and they think that's just a tree. Whereas the first time they saw it, it was like, oh, wow. But then as soon as you label it a tree, it's just a tree. We lose our awe, we lose our wonder through labeling things. We so rarely have the time to be. I'm sure you've all heard that we are human beings, not human doings. But how often do you be? This is why I love just watching animals, observing the birds, observing nature. Nature is unapologetically just itself. It doesn't try to be anything else. It doesn't compare itself. Daffodils are coming out here. That daffodil there isn't comparing itself to the daffodil next to it. They'll bloom when they're ready. They won't compare themselves. And each one is perfect because of that. Each one is in harmony. So when you think of something that you know, ask yourself, is this knowing of benefit to me right now? And if it's not, then let it go. Treat every moment as a new moment. Every day a new day. Imagine if we started every day with a clean slate about what we knew about ourselves and our own personal limitations. How would your day go in that case? If you could still think, you still had all your awareness, your memory, but any idea about what you knew about your character, about what you knew about your limitations was erased. You knew that every day you could start anew. How would that change what you do? How would that change how you acted? How would that change how you felt? Of course, the ironic thing is that this is actually true. But we don't believe it to be true, and therefore, in our experience, it is not true. Our beliefs create our experience. That is all. When you change what you think you know, you change your beliefs, your experience changes, your reality changes. Or you can jump ahead and you can change your reality, and then your beliefs have to change because your reality no longer reflects the beliefs that you hold about it. So you can tackle it from one way or the other, two sides of the same coin. But you are limitless. Everything around you is limitless. Everything is infinite possibilities. Don't limit yourself by labeling yourself. Don't limit yourself by knowing things about yourself Allow yourself space to change. Allow yourself space to change shape. Allow yourself space to flow. Allow yourself space to grow. If it rhymes, it's got to be there, right? You can be and do anything you want to be. The only thing stopping you ever is your belief about it, is your thoughts about it, is the things you tell yourself about it. You are limitless. This life is limitless. This existence is limitless. Knowing is there, knowing is always there, but it's always changing. And yet we seem to think that when we know something, that's it, it's known forever. But no, your knowings should change in every second. They should change in every single moment. And you shouldn't be held accountable to those knowings. Because then you limit yourself. Then you are stuck. Then you are trapped. Then you are creating your own cage around you. When you say, I don't know, what you're actually saying is that anything can be possible. So if there's anyone new watching this, then this channel is all about spirituality, law of attraction, meditation, just me sharing everything I've learned from many wonderful spiritual teachers and experiences that have led me to a life which I feel so blessed to be living. And I know that everyone else can live the same and feel the same sense of peace and gratitude and love in every moment. And I just want to share that with you. So that is what this channel is all about. If it sounds like something you're interested in, then please do subscribe. And please remember to ring the bell. Comment below, let me know where you're tuning in from, and let me know anything you want to tell me. But namaste for now. Much love to you all. I will see you in the next video.